In early September 2024, the General Director of Rostec State Corporation Sergey Chemezov officially announced that starting in 2025, Russia will launch mass production of a new version of the 5th-generation fighter jet Su-57. It is reported that the latest Russian fighter jet has received not only many new options and innovative technologies, but also a new designation, the Su-57M. Moreover, Sergey Chemezov also officially confirmed that in addition to the latest 5th-generation Su-57M fighter jets, the new version of stealth-heavy unmanned combat aerial vehicle Sukhoi S-70 Okhotnik will also go into mass production. As of September 9, 2024, it is reliably known that the latest Russian Su-57M fighters and S-70 Okhotnik heavy combat drones will be equipped not only with a completely new stealth coating, which significantly reduces their visibility on enemy radars, but also with the latest 5th-generation aviation engine AL-51F1. By the way, despite unprecedented sanctions from almost all Western countries, Russia still launched mass production of its latest 5th-generation aviation engine in early 2024. At the same time, it is worth noting that if it were not for Western sanctions against Moscow, Russian 5th-generation Su-57 fighters would have received the latest aviation engine back in 2022. According to the General Director of Rostec State Corporation Sergey Chemezov, during those 2 years, Russia has been rebuilding and modernizing its factories to be able to produce domestic parts and electronics. All this has allowed the Russian Federation to get rid of dependence on the West in terms of the necessary components and electronic stuffing for its weapons systems. And now 2 years later, at the beginning of 2024, Russia finally launched mass production of the second stage engine, which received the designation AL-51F1. This aircraft engine has no analogues in the world. It is reported that this latest Russian 5th-generation engine is much superior in its characteristics to the American aircraft engines F-119PW100 and F-135-100. For example, the aircraft engine F-119PW100, installed on American F-22 fighters, is capable of delivering thrust over 35,000 pounds, with a thrust-to-weight ration of 9, while the Russian aircraft engine AL-51F1 is capable of delivering thrust over 39,700 pounds, with a thrust-to-weight ration of 11.5. As for the aircraft engine F-135-100, installed on American F-35A fighters, is capable of delivering thrust over 43,000 pounds. However, the latest Russian aircraft engine AL-51F1 has a special mode that also allows it to deliver thrust over 43,000 pounds. Moreover, the Russian 5th-generation aircraft engine AL-51F1 is multi-mode, and is capable of automatically adjusting thrust and fuel consumption in a wide range, depending on atmospheric pressure, altitude, air humidity, and the current task. In addition, unlike American 5th-generation aircraft engines, the Russian engine AL-51F1 does not have a pre-burner, which has become an innovation and a real breakthrough in the field of modern aviation technologies. The fact is that the latest Russian aircraft engine burns fuel in an annular chamber. The flat nozzle, plasma ignition, and digital control system significantly reduced the visibility of this engine in the infrared range. Compared to the first-stage engine AL-41F1, the latest 5th-generation engine has a much longer life, which allowed the fighter Su-57M to consume 10% less fuel and increase its thrust-to-weight ratio by 20%. At the same time, it is worth noting that the main characteristics of the latest aircraft engine AL-51F1, the fighter Su-57M, and the heavy attack drone S-70 Okhotnik are a state secret. By the way, it is worth noting that only after the appearance of the aircraft engine AL-51F1, military experts from numerous Western analytical centers finally admitted that the Su-57 is the real 5th-generation fighter jet. In addition, Western military experts and analysts noted that Russia's decision to start mass production of Su-57M fighter jets and S-70 Okhotnik heavy attack drones in 2025 is due to the fact that these combat aircraft were successfully tested in actual combat conditions in Ukraine. Moreover, many Western independent experts expressed confidence that the American F-16 fighter that crashed in Ukraine on August 26, 2024, was destroyed precisely by the latest fighter Su-57M, equipped with a 5th-generation aircraft engine AL-51F1, and armed with a modernized air-to-air missile Su-37M, capable of hitting targets at a distance of 400 kilometers. At the same time, Western experts refuted the statement of representatives of the Turkish intelligence community that the Russian Su-57 destroyed the American F-16 fighter in the skies over Odessa. Let me remind you that a few days ago, the Turkish side stated that a Russian fighter jet Su-57 allegedly destroyed an American F-16 while in the airspace of Crimea. Based on fresh data and their own sources in the Pentagon and NATO, independent Western experts and analysts concluded that on August 26, 2024, the F-16 of the Ukrainian Air Force was destroyed in the airspace of the Poltava region. At the same time, it is reported that a Russian fighter jet Su-57M launched an Su-37M missile and destroyed an American combat aircraft while in the airspace of the Bryansk region. Thus, Western experts indirectly confirmed the words of some reputable Russian telegram channels and military analysts, who a few days ago stated that at the time of the destruction of the F-16, a 5th-generation Russian fighter jet was in the airspace of the Bryansk region. Whatever it was, it is worth recognizing that Russia has decided to start mass production of the latest Russian Su-57M fighters and S-70 Okhotnik heavy combat drones for a reason. Let me remind you that for 2 years, information has periodically appeared on the internet that the latest Russian fighter jets and heavy attack drones are taking direct part in hostilities on the territory of Ukraine. All this indicated that since February 2022, the Russian military carefully tested the latest combat aircraft in actual combat conditions. And the fact that starting in 2025, Russia will launch mass production of Su-57M fighter jets and S-70 Okhotnik heavy combat drones indicates that these combat aircraft have proven very effective on the battlefield.